Hi, and welcome along to the All Guns Blazing podcast with my man DT in the building. We are in the height of, well, not the height of the summer, but the summer, well, there was sun.
There was
sun. It's all disappeared now into rain, right? But enjoying the Euros so far?
Yeah, it's nice. I think it's good. It's enjoyable watching football and not being stressed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true. It's true.
It is nice. And do you know what? There's been some really good games.
Yeah.
I've been really
standout team for you so far?
Ooh, Italy have looked really good, but at the same time, I've not been really impressed by the opposition that they've gone against. And I think they'll have tougher tests where you'll really get to see whether they're serious contenders.
But I think they are serious contenders.
But yeah,
they've looked good, man.
Yeah, they've
really impressed me.
Really good. I felt the second half performance in particular from Belgium against Denmark was really good. And when you've got that kind of strength in depth that you can bring on Eden Hazard, De Bruyne at half time, like they don't even start the game. So, but even some of the lesser teams, with all due respect to them, like North Macedonia, for example, when I watched their game, is it Ukraine they played, and like they played really well. I thought they were really unfortunate to lose that game, and they had some good chances. Pandev scored a wicked goal that was disallowed. So there's some really good performances in there.
And you know what you see? Like every team is fighting their hardest to win. Like they leave everything out on the pitch
massively.
You know what? I saw somebody saying this today. What's harder to win? Is it harder to win the Euros or the World Cup?
Whoa.
Which is because if you look at the Euros, right? Once you get past the group stages, in the next round, like every team you're going to face literally is going to be a top team. You know what I mean? You're going to have Portugal's, France, possibly Germany's and England and, Holland, Italy. All the big guns are in the mix straight away, early. So it is a hard, although... But then we have seen in the past, Greece have won it, Denmark have won it. But
and I suppose even to an extent you could say it was a surprise when Portugal won it. Because yes, they've got Cristiano Ronaldo, and I think they're a stronger outfit now than they were when they won it. But that's one individual as a collective to have won that tournament, and they beat France in the final as well. So that was massive, and you got to remember that final as well. Ronaldo went off quite early in the game, and you thought that's it, done.
But when you look at it and you look at the, let's just say, for instance, the next best teams to the European teams are the South American teams, right? Mm-hmm. And when you look at the South American teams at the moment, Brazil are not as good as most of the European teams, nor are Colombia, nor are Argentina, probably, right? So, you wonder if it would be harder to win the Euros.
I suppose the strength of the Euros and the European teams, like you were saying, when you was reeling off them names, you only have to look at the group of Germany, France and Portugal. Poor Hungary. They must be thinking, what have we done to deserve this? Do you know what I mean? It's like, thanks, boys. But, when you get to, those latter stages after this group, that's when you're really going to look and go, is there a favourable draw? There ain't really, is there?
No.
Whoever you're going to get. Is it an advantage to finish first or second? Or does it not even matter?
Whoever. And you can go into the second stages of the World Cup and you still avoid.
Yeah, I get that. I think that European football at the moment is very, very strong. I feel a few years ago, the South American side of things with Chile winning, it was when Alexis was an Arsenal player. And he won the Copa America, didn't he? And scored the winning goal in that. They were really strong at that point. Obviously, Argentina always get up to a point with Messi, but then can never get over that line. Brazil. But I probably agree with you on that one. That's probably European. It is stronger at the moment.
Anyway, getting into Arsenal talk, the fixture list came out this week. And I was looking at the fixture list. And first of all, let's just run down some of it, right? So, first game, Brentford away. Yeah. Brand new stadium, new team. Haven't been in the Premier League, I think, since 1947, they said, or something like that, right?
Jeez.
They are going to be pumped up. They've got good players in Ivan Toney and that. They're a very good side, right? And you never want to play those promoted teams early.
Yeah.
Because...
Although we did with Fulham last year.
We did with Fulham, but there was no fans there. This time, if the lockdown's lifted by the end of July, that could be a full stadium.
Yeah.
Right? Next game, Chelsea,
Man
the
City.
European champions at home,
Yeah.
followed by Man City. That's out August. That's a difficult start.
Very, very...
Almost as one of the hardest you could have got.
Yeah, I think Norwich have got a tougher start when you look at their one.
Will it be tough, whoever they got?
I know, but
I'm just saying
it's ridiculous. But
you could possibly start that. And
I know where you're going already. Our season could be over by
but
September.
listen. All right, you could start that, and it could, out of those 3 games on paper, the favourites to win a Man City game is City, obviously. The favourites to win the Chelsea game would probably be Chelsea, even though we did beat Chelsea twice last season.
Do you know what?
But they're the champions of Europe. They're going to go and spend loads of money.
I know they are the champions of Europe and everything, and I'd say that with that one, given it's that at our home, I think that's quite even in that respect because our record against them is good.
With the bookies, though, Chelsea probably... I'm just going by the bookies, right?
Yeah.
With the bookies, Chelsea be favourite, and then we'd probably be favourite to beat Brentford. So it could be 3 points from 3 games, or even... a lot of people, a lot of bookies might look at it and say, it could be a draw against Brentford.
It could do, but what I would also say about the Chelsea and Man City game is how many players will they have back and available from their summer tournaments, which could be key. We've hardly got any players in the Euros. I know we're losing Gabriel to the Olympics, but Chelsea and Man City have got multiple players at the Euros, and you already know because of the congested season that we've just had, they're going to need a pre-season.
But they've got wonderful squads.
I know they've got wonderful squads, but still, what we've predominantly seen over the last few years is teams taking 4 or 5 games to get themselves going. It happened to Manchester United last year. You look at Man United, their biggest problem throughout the whole season was their opening 6-7 games. And they had
City actually took a while to get going.
Man City, do you remember Man City at home? They conceded 5 against Leicester.
Yeah, they lost at Leicester, yeah.
So teams started slowly, and they have done. So I'm looking at it and saying, could it be an opportunity? With us not playing European football as well, we're not preparing a game and going, okay, we've got to think about Thursday night or, you know what I mean, a midweek game. So maybe we're going to rest this player and kind of, you know what I mean? We can just go playing on Saturday, full team, strongest, because the next game is following Saturday.
The other thing I immediately thought when that came out was, and I saw those games, was, I remember also throwing into that we're in the second round of the Carabao Cup, so it's whoever we draw out of that as well.
But that's one where I think that you can give, you can continue the tournament as you're doing.
Right, second round, first time ever, right? But immediately when I saw that, I'm like, we cannot afford to go into this season unprepared. We cannot, like last season, Thomas Partey on the last day. We're going to have everything in place from early. And it has been interesting to see that Arsenal are looking to make moves early. But we're going to come back to that. Let me just continue with this team.
We've got Spurs coming up
with his fixture
in
list.
that opening 5 or 6 games
Yeah,
as well,
so that's August. September, Norwich, Burnley. Sorry, Norwich, let me say where they are. Norwich at home, Burnley away, Tottenham at home, Brighton away.
I'll say the 3 out of those 4, North London derby is North London derby. It's form, whatever form might be at that point, goes out of the window and
got a decent record against Tottenham at home.
Very good record against Tottenham at home. I think they've only beaten us 1 time in the Premier League since we've moved to the Emirates. So that's an exceptional home record against them. Where will Tottenham be at that point? Will they even have a manager by then? Do you know what I mean? They might as well just go down to the job centre and see if anyone's available, because that's what they're doing at the minute.
Would they have Harry Kane?
There you go. That's the thing as well. And ironic that they got Man City opening game of the season. So I think, I remember even expression saying that first game of the season, he's going to see Harry Kane. Whether it be in a Tottenham shirt or Man City shirt, he'll still get to see him on the opening game. But, 3 of those 4, no disrespect to them, but those are games where you look at, if we want to get ourselves back to where we want to, which is in the Champions League places and building and moving forward as a club, Then Brighton and Burnley, they're games you've got to be getting 3 points
Actually,
in.
you know what? The Brighton game actually falls in October. It's the start of October. So Brighton. Let me do October then. So so out of those 3, Burnley away. Oops, sorry.
We've got an international break in that.
I think there is, yeah. Between the Norwich game and then the Burnley game.
How mad is that? We're literally just finishing the Euros and then there's
the national break because obviously the World Cup's
Cup. Yeah.
But so you got Norwich at home, Burnley away, and Tottenham at home. That's September. Then when we get into October, it's Brighton away, Palace at home, Villa at home, and finishing off the month with Leicester away. Again,
that's not bad.
Not too bad.
No, it's not too bad.
Leicester away last season.
Yeah, that ain't too bad at all. And like you said as well, Leicester, we have got a good record against them, and we performed really well at Leicester last year. Away. Those other fixtures as well. Crystal Palace, we're going to have to rectify our last few years at home against Palace, because even under Unai Emery, we messed up towards the end of the season. Last season, it was 0-0 against Crystal Palace at home, so that's something that we're going to have to deal with. Again, it's not that bad. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's that bad at all. So,
all right, November, Watford at home, Liverpool away, Newcastle at home, Man United away. That's a real mixed month. A real mixed month.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mixed bag. Two games in there that are going to be tough because you've got your Liverpool and your Manchester United.
Away.
But listen, we broke that little curse of Manchester United away last season. So can we build on that?
You didn't break the Liverpool one.
No, we haven't broken the Liverpool. Hey, listen, records are there to be broken, aren't they? At the end of the day. And what's interesting is that once you get to that November period, Manchester United and Liverpool, etc., are all going to be playing European football.
Yeah, they'll all be in the Champions League. And November in the Champions League is critical games, isn't it?
Because that's like 4 and 5.
You're normally like your third game of the group, isn't it?
I think it's around. It ends in December. It's been so long since we've been in it.
Ends in December, so it's either your second or third game.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's important.
Yeah. So those are important games. So and we'll be able to. We're not going to have that. We'll be able to go into those games fresh as daisies. Hopefully.
There's no excuses, Robbie. Yeah. No excuses at all.
December, Everton away, Southampton at home, West Ham at home, Leeds away. And then Boxing Day, Norwich.
Yeah.
That's a good month.
That's not bad, considering we're notoriously bad in December.
Oh, I forgot Wolves at home as well, the 28th.
So there's quite a few home fixtures in there.
Yeah. Wolves as well.
Norwich away on Boxing Day. Can't grumble at that. I think that's a decent one.
Decent fixtures there.
I'm quite happy with that. That's decent.
Right, we get now into January.
Yeah.
Right.
This is where it's going to be tough for one reason.
This is how we start 2022. Manchester City at home. There's FA Cup games in between there and that.
Yeah.
Tottenham away. Burnley at home. So that's January.
Yeah.
So that's 2 really tough games.
One fixture in there in particular, and it's come at the worst possible time.
Tottenham away.
African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
Partey, Aubameyang, Pepe.
Yeah.
And we're trying to buy a load of players that are going to be in the African Cup of Nations as well.
If we buy Onana,
Basuma or...
Well, that's if we buy Basuma.
No, but I'm saying if... You know what I mean? I'm just looking at the names we're being mentioned with.
Yeah.
We might as well just... You know what I mean? They're all going to be at the African Cup of Nations. Tottenham away. Of all the fixtures.
True.
It's like Man City's right at the beginning and they won't have gone then. So I think they go around about FA Cup kind of weekend time. So it's, Tottenham away of all the games.
15th of Jan, middle of the month as well. It's not even like it's near the end where a couple of teams might have been knocked out. So
maybe we can do some kind of deal and let them go later.
Then we get into February. I said Burnley, Right, we get into February. Wolves away, Chelsea away, Brentford at home, Liverpool at home.
Tough month.
And Liverpool at home.
I'd say that's the toughest month. 2 tough away games and Liverpool at home.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably one of our toughest months from the first month of the season.
Okay.
In all honesty.
March. Watford away. Leicester at home. Villa away. Palace away. No, sorry, Villa away, and then there's another gap. Must be international break.
Yeah, normally it's around
So
March.
yeah, so that's not a bad month,
That's not too bad.
right? And then we get into April. Palace away, Brighton at home, Southampton away, United at home, and then West Ham away.
Not bad. You get into the business end of the season, but again, that is the month where European football kicks back in.
Critical games.
After the bit of the break. I think February, March is kind of when Champions League and Europa League and Conference League now and everything else gets all going again. So for us, we're going to have a period over there where we're like, okay, we've got games Saturday or Sunday, whatever it might be, but we got a gap.
Yeah.
So,
And then May finish the season with Leeds at home, Newcastle away, Everton at home. So that's a decent finish.
yeah.
So it's a really tough start. Really tough start to the season. Really tough start to the new year.
I'd say February was the toughest one. I don't think the new year's that bad, apart from the fact that we're losing players because of the African Cup of Nations. February was the tough one.
I'm still looking at November. I think that's a tough month as well. Hold on, we'll go back to November.
I think November and December weren't too bad, given those are notoriously bad months for us.
Watford at home, Liverpool away, Newcastle at home, Man United away.
It's kind of in between.
Yeah, it's balanced. It's balanced. But it's the start.
It's the
start is tough, and
it's the start.
Everybody. The funny thing is, if we were to get off to a good start, you set the platform.
Yeah, of course you do.
For doing well. But now, going back to what I was saying earlier, this shows me now that Arsenal have to be prepped.
Yeah, they have to.
For the new season. To me, and we've seen this week, Arsenal making moves for players already.
Mate, I thought it was transfer deadline day. The amount of players that we went after.
But I'm starting to think to myself now, they know that. Mikel Arteta knows that it can't be like... If you notice last season, what they did is they would try to get rid of loads and loads of players first. Then buy.
Yeah.
I think that they're sort of saying to themselves, right, we need to buy first. We can get rid of a load of players, but we've got to buy
we've got to
the players that we
first.
need. And you see them making moves. The Ben White one's been really interesting. Ben White of Brighton was on loan at Leeds. Everybody at Leeds was singing his praises. They were desperately wanting to re-sign him. When his loan move finished, when they got back into the Premier League, Brighton took him back. He's had a good season for Brighton. He's broken into the England team. Arsenal seem to have identified him at the moment as almost like their number one target. They're going in hard. £40 million they bid, which was turned down.
Yeah.
Right? And all the talk is that Arsenal are going back in for him again. They desperately want to bring Ben White in. Are you surprised by this?
Initially I was, but then I'm starting to see a pattern with the targets that Arsenal are going for. And do I think he's worth the price? No. But I also understand it's the English market for whatever reason it is.
Do we need him? You've got Rob Holding and you've got Saliba. And it's not like you're buying a guy that's super experienced. I mean, yes, he's played a lot of Premier League football, but he's not like what you say, older head.
No, but is he an upgrade? Is he an upgrade? Yes, he is.
Is he an upgrade on Saliba?
We don't know what Saliba's like in the Premier League yet. I know that, but is this an upgrade on Rob Holding?
Rob Holding, didn't he just sign a new contract quite recently?
They're about to sign a new contract for Eddie Nketiah. It doesn't mean that he's not going.
Yeah, but I think it's a little different with this. I haven't heard no sound saying that they're going to get rid of
Maybe not
Holding.
at the moment, but that could be one that's out of the box. Do you know what I mean? That nobody knows about, and then it happens. Something that kind of like, and maybe we're also, looking. I know what we're initially thinking right centre back, left centre back, because that's the way it's been very evident under Mikel. But maybe it's a case of that might be out of the window now, and you're a centre back, you can play left or right. Do you know what I mean? So 2 right-footed players can play at centre back, 2 left-footed players can play at centre back. Has he seen something and trying to identify something? Homegrown quota. There's so many reasons behind why he could possibly be doing it.
Pablo Mari, Gabriel, Rob Holding, Mavropanos said that it looks like,
he's
they're
going.
going to sell him to
Yeah.
Stuttgart.
Yeah.
£7 million, I think. Right? But he's still got 4, right?
So one of those might be going. One of those may well be going.
The talk is Saliba, because there's even a lot of talk that
I still can't see that.
teams have apparently approached Arsenal about Saliba and saying about other loans and things like that. And the talk is that Arsenal are saying, no, we don't want to loan him out, but we'll sell him.
No,
And I'd be absolutely devastated for Saliba if that happens.
Because
you know what I mean?
he hasn't been given that opportunity.
He hasn't been given a chance.
No. So, yeah.
Is this where we again have to start questioning Mikel Arteta? If that happens, it hasn't happened yet, but if that happens, is he able to deal with is he able to develop these young players into...
We have to wait and see what the situation is, because at the moment, we're just going off hearsay. We're going off rumours, and we're going off... nothing concrete.
One's going to have to
all.
go. He looks like he loves Rob Holding because he played him a lot last season.
I feel that he had to play him a lot. There was times as well when everybody was fit and Rob Holding weren't actually playing, if you remember. David Luiz came in, and there was a period where we was playing really well defensively with David Luiz on that right-hand side, and Rob Holding wasn't getting in the side, and then David Luiz got his sending off against Wolves, and then there was the little injuries, and then Rob Holding started to get back into the side again. So there was a period where he wasn't the first choice and he wasn't playing.
When you look on it, we had the third best defence in the league last season.
Yeah.
Is buying a new centre-back the priority?
No. It isn't.
What's going on?
Well,
I don't know. To me,
we won't look.
no bid for Basuma.
No, I said this. I said this the other day, right? And I said that this is why I referenced to you last week's show that I'm not letting Arsenal ruin my summer. I'm not gonna let them, dictate the way that I feel or anything. And I'm so happy and content with the way that my summer's going, and I'm doing my own thing. And I look at it and I say, at the end of the window is when I will gauge things, and I will go...
Well, it may not ruin your summer, but they'll ruin your autumn.
Yeah, but it's not going to ruin my summer. Boris has ruined the last year or so for me, yeah? So I'm not letting Arsenal and Stan Kroenke ruin the summer.
But I can't work it. I'm just saying I can't work it out.
I get that. I get it. No, I do get it, Robbie. But what I'm saying...
Ben White, they've gone in 40 million.
Yes, I get it.
We're being told Basuma's 40 million.
Arsenal have got money. Please, please, please do not get it twisted. Arsenal have money, and only an idiot thinks that we're scraping the barrel and living off pennies, because we're not. We've got money.
Yeah, but you can have money, yeah? Mm-hmm. But you got to get your priorities right,
yes,
innit?
I get
you know
that.
what I mean? Like, you ain't got nowhere to live. You don't go and buy a Ferrari, do you?
Some people do. It's
but the priorities ain't right.
No, exactly.
Right, so I'm just saying, Ben White.
Listen,
if we get Ben White, I'm not going to be against it.
No.
I feel that you are buying a player that's a future England international. It's good, but I'm looking at it and I'm saying priorities.
Yes.
And I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, every Arsenal fan knows that if Granit Xhaka goes, which it looks like he will, we need someone. A holding midfield. I know they're looking at this kid, Albert Lokonga, who plays for Anderlecht, and I know he's like a more defensive-minded midfield player, but he's a kid. He's young, right? A 21-year-old kid you're going to bring in, never played in the Premier League before, right? To replace then a very experienced player in Xhaka. He may not be everyone's kettle of fish, but very experienced. Basuma's played in the Premier League over a few seasons, has looked really, really good.
We know this.
Amongst one of the best DMs. They want 40 million for him. We got 40 million. We're trying to buy his teammate, Ben White. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
we should be, if anything, buy both.
Yeah, at the moment, it doesn't make sense. But by the end of the window, it may make sense. And this is the thing. I think
so you think Holding will go?
I think that he could well be the one. I genuinely think that he could be the one that ends up getting out. And I think that we're all of the same mindset in that if at the end of the window, Arsenal have only bought Ben White, maybe a couple of other, the youngster that you was talking about, but we've not rectified certain areas that we needed to rectify, then we're going to start asking questions. What's happened? What is it? Why is it the same old every single year? But if we get to the end of the window when we've bought Ben White and we've bought a Basuma, for example, and rectified all these areas that needed rectifying, then you'll completely forget what way round they did it. You won't go, oh, they bought Ben White first, or it doesn't matter what way you buy the players round as long as you buy the players that are necessary. I don't care if you go and buy.
I'm just looking at.
I know what you're saying
because
you're
right.
I know where you're coming from.
Right, I'm looking at it right, and I'm saying like somebody like a Bissouma.
Mm-hmm. He should be your first target. Like get it done, get it.
Yeah, he's not the only player. He's not the only team being looked at. It's Arsenal. You know what I mean? Liverpool are looking at him. There's bigger teams. There's teams that have got Champions League football and that.
But do you not think as well that from what's being said from the Bissouma camp, shall we say, is that he's already decided he wants to go to Arsenal. He's made it very clear. Yeah. So do you not think that maybe Arsenal...
Half of France have decided that, but we ain't signed them up.
But listen, do you not think as well that maybe Arsenal knows something or something in place where they don't need to rush that because it's going to be dealt with? They've got to deal with the more difficult transfers first and then deal with the not so difficult. It's speculation.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I more think that Arsenal looking at it and thinking, right, we're going to get this Lokonga instead of Bissouma.
Maybe.
It's cheaper.
Maybe that makes logical sense because that's all Arsenal have ever done.
Yeah. Cheaper alternative.
Yeah, look.
Right, we won't get Bissouma, but then that's why the Ben White thing in an area where we're all right.
I get
Don't make no sense to me.
No, I know
the
it doesn't.
areas I'm looking at, right, the areas where we're not all right. Right back. Defensive midfielder, especially if Xhaka goes. Defensive midfielder, right back. Those would be my two priorities right now. And obviously, attacking midfielder. Mm-hmm. And we didn't want to go to pay the extra money for Buendia. That area is really, really important. Mm-hmm. We didn't want to pay more than 30 million. But now we're bidding 40 million for Ben White and are willing to go higher. In a position that every fan's looking on and saying, well, you know what, we could always do it better. But that's not the priority right now. That's not the area.
But from all the rumours that are being circulated at the moment, we've also gone all in and very hard for James Maddison, which is the area that we're talking about. So,
but Buendia was their first priority, right?
No.
He was. That's the first big deal.
Don't get me started again. We had this discussion last week. He was their first priority in your head.
Who did they bid for first?
Who's to say they didn't want both? Who's to say that Arsenal didn't? Who's to say that Arsenal stopped because they had found out that they could now get James Maddison? Because
that's going to be a very expensive
I see you doing a thing with Fabrizio Romano, and he was saying that Odegaard is somebody that Arsenal,
they'd love to get, yeah.
But obviously Real Madrid circumstances and whatnot, no. But James Maddison is a top target. So it's all, like I keep saying, it's speculation. We can sit here and say he's the number one target, he's this, he's that. None of us know. But if we go for James Maddison, then was Buendia our main target? You would have to say no. Could he have been a target to go with him? We don't know.
Could be that James Maddison, they love him, would love to get him, but they're like, it's so difficult to get done. But Buendia, we know we can do that. But we stopped our bidding at 30 million for a priority area.
And I agree with why Arsenal did it.
And then we've got a priority area now.
I agree with why Arsenal did it. Because they decided that the basis of the deal was not beneficial.
Right, so now you're going 40 million plus for Ben White in a position that we don't need.
But obviously that is something that they're looking at, and the reason why they're looking at it and saying this is what we need. And what's key as well is what Arsenal are doing. Apart from a couple of names that are being mentioned, I'd say the majority of the names that we're being mentioned with and look like we're going for have all one thing in common, Robbie.
Cheap.
Nope. Well, they're not. Ben White's not cheap.
They're not cheap.
Madison's not cheap.
Experience
Premier League proven. So have Arsenal looked and gone, we can't wait a year for a player to settle. It's taken Pepe nearly 2 seasons to settle.
Lokonga, got it. Look at it, he's not Premier League.
I know, but what I'm saying is there's a couple. But the majority that we're being looked at, spine-wise as well, right? Ben White's in a spine. Maddison's in a spine. All central through the middle. If you added Bissouma to that, then it only adds
but there's no talk of Bissouma at the moment.
maybe that's because there doesn't need to be any talk at the moment.
No, but there's talk of, I'm saying, of the Albert Lokonga who plays in the same position as Basuma.
I know, but again, talk.
But there's no talk about...
Talk.
No, but I think, there's been a bid. Arsenal put a bid in for him, which was turned down. They'll go back with another bid.
We'll
because
see.
Right?
But then as well, do you
I don't know,
not
man.
think that there's mind games in this as well? Because sometimes clubs could put in bids for other players to try and force the hand of a club that they're really trying to get a player from.
That does happen.
They lowball for this player at this club, knowing full well it's never in a million years going to get accepted. But then making that bid makes that club go, well, hold on a minute, they now don't want the player. Oh, what?
That does happen.
It happens. So could it be a tactical...
But then could it not? I don't know. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, priorities.
I get it.
We're looking at Aaron Ramsdale.
Oh, mate, don't get me started. That is one. Don't get me started.
Right, so we made inquiries about Aaron Ramsdale.
But who says we made inquiries?
Listen, it is rumours, but their rumours
Exactly.
they're strong rumours, though.
Yeah.
They're strong rumours that we've made inquiries about Aaron Ramsdale of Sheffield United, right? He's in the England squad
I reckon
now,
they
by
got
the
it
way.
mixed up. I think they meant Aaron Ramsey.
He's actually in the England squad. Remember Ramsdale, right? At the moment,
What, is that trying to make me feel better?
right?
I'd rather bring back Fabianski.
But again, why are we making inquiries about that when we've got Leno? Again, I'm just these things are slightly worrying me because I'm like,
well, we need a number two.
We've seen this over the years with Arsenal. When Wenger used to be here, every single fan used to be like, holding midfielder. What do we need at Arsenal? Holding midfielder, centre back.
And we're buying striker.
You know how it was, right? Is that normally football fans, we want the glamour positions.
Yeah.
If you go to most football fans, like, yeah, man, striker, man, let's go and get him. Yeah, I've seen his record, 25 goals last season, X amount of a season. We look for it. But when you used to come to Arsenal fans over the years, we've always wanted them boring positions. It's always been holding midfielder, centre back.
Jan Mavia.
Yeah, remember how long we was looking for him? Holding midfielder, centre. And people would be like, boy, holding midfielder, centre. You know what? You're not looking for a strike. No. Holding midfielder and a centre back.
Yeah.
And we're doing it again by the looks of it. Why do we need Aaron Ramsdale? Right, we've got Leno, right? Even Matt Ryan was there, you know, was on loan.
I genuinely think...
There's talks about this guy, Onana. Aaron Ramsdale.
No, I think the Onana one's there's genuine with that.
But Onana, if we bought Onana, he can't play till November. Right, because his band's been reduced. He wouldn't be able to play till November.
No, I know that.
And then he could be going to African Cup of Nations as well, with Cameroon.
But also, are Arsenal looking for in a year's time? Are they trying to... have we got an opportunity of getting a keeper of the calibre of Onana for the price that's being mentioned?
For the future.
For the future. Because Bernd Leno may be gone in a year's time. So Arsenal go and deal with it now because... If you lose Leno in a year's time and you need a keeper, instantly every club adds a value to their goalkeeper.
I get the Onana thing, £7 million as well is nothing.
He's quality. And he can play to the style that Mikel Arteta wants us to play out from the back and everything. Yeah, I know, but...
Ramsdale, right, who I saw throwing the ball in on many...
my summer.
No, but listen, it's not me. These are the players. These are heavily linked.
I get that.
Right?
Not,
you know what I mean? Brighton saying, not Brighton, Sheffield United saying we want 40 million for him as well.
Behave yourself, man. 40 million. I'll give him £40. Do you know what I mean?
He's being linked.
Listen,
he's young and he did finish off the season very well for Sheffield United.
No. I'm enjoying my summer.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, mate.
Yeah, what is it?
Again,
be excited.
Again, the thing is for me, is that, again, it's another position we don't need. It's not a priority. Listen, you always need better, but it's not a priority right now.
We need a number two, regardless.
We need a number two. You can go and get Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's available on a free transfer, isn't it?
Maybe that's being done. Maybe we don't know.
I honestly, I'm just looking at it. I'm just saying, because if you bought in a Ramsdale, that's a replacement for Leno. You're not going to spend that amount of money, and Aaron Ramsdale's not going to come and be a number two. There'll be a lot of clubs that'll be interested in him now that Sheffield United have been relegated. Right, but we don't need him.
No, I get that.
This is the thing again. It's just like
I know that.
I want to see movements, and then in the positions that we need.
Yeah,
I hardly heard anything about right backs.
No, I haven't actually. That's an area that's not being mentioned. But then I think that maybe it might coincide with Hector going, because from what we're hearing is that, you know, his agent's been all over Spain, and I think there was it Bilbao? Was it? Or no, what's the...
Betis.
Betis, sorry.
Yeah, but he ain't going to Betis. Not going
No,
to
because
Betis.
there's a connection with him and Betis, isn't there?
Not going to
That's
Betis.
his boyhood club. Like,
He's not retiring. He's still a young guy. He wants to play for a high... Hector Bellerin's a high-profile footballer.
yeah.
He's not going to go and play for Real Betis.
Well, they wear
He's going
green.
to go...
Fits in with everything, doesn't it?
Hector Bellerin, to me, if it's not a huge club, I can't see him. Then
Well,
he'll,
they've been there
then he'll
talking.
stay.
They've been there talking, so why not? Why are they there talking
not
then?
Going to Betis, man.
Well, you don't know.
I'll put 50 quid on it. He ain't
Well,
going
you
Betis.
never know. You never know, Robbie.
No chance.
You never. Well, they're there talking, aren't they? They've been there talking, and they've been over. And the other name that I saw
No
mentioned
chance.
this week was Unai Emery's team.
Villarreal, I heard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure about that either. I just think that Hector Bellerin, if you look at the guy himself, he's a high profile. He's at a high profile club in Arsenal. Whether we've been playing badly or not, Arsenal's a huge high profile club. Why are you going to go and leave him go to Betis? If it was towards the end of his career, a bit like Santi, and you go to a Villarreal, those are small clubs. Even though Villarreal, you know, give them all their respect, they won the Europa League, they're a decent side, they're not a high profile team.
I get what you're
You know what I
saying.
mean?
I get what you're saying.
His
I know
Instagram
it.
account ain't going to go up, ain't going to grow overnight by
Yeah.
going to Villarreal.
Well, I don't think
To
they're too
me,
worried. I think he just wants to play football. But at
if
the end of the day,
Bellerin, if Bellerin goes to a club, he's looking at your PSGs, he's looking at your big clubs. You know what I mean? Your big European powerhouses, a big club in Italy,
they're
a big,
idiots.
right? I, that's my opinion. And Hector Bellerin is very highly regarded by a lot of clubs as well. So you know, but I've not heard much talk of a right back replacement, because you think of the amount of players that might go. I was looking at it this morning. I was like, it's going to be a mass clear out. You know?
Yeah, I reckon
Because-
Arsenal are going to be the most busiest in and out.
Yeah, because
I genuinely
clearing
do.
out wise, Kolasinac, Mavropanos, Guendouzi.
Talk of Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah. Yep. I saw that with
Give it-
Borussia,
give-
Borussia
give us
Dortmund.
Give us Haaland.
El Neni's might
Jesus.
go. There's clubs in Turkey are interested in him. Arsenal might do a new deal with him, but it's El Neni. We know what's going to happen with Willock. Will they keep him? Will they send him to Newcastle? There's who else? Ainsley Maitland-Niles. What's going to happen with him? He definitely looks like they're going to get rid of him. You know, Eddie Nketiah, despite any new contract, they definitely looks like they'll be moving
Cedric.
him out. What's going to happen with Cedric?
Chambers.
I think they'll keep Chambers.
But if you're going to have to keep one or the other.
Yeah, I think they'll keep Chambers. I think because of the fact that he can play in multiple positions as well.
Maybe.
I think they'll keep Chambers, and I think he finished off the season very well as well, and was one of those players that the manager could rely on. Who else? You know, we don't know what's going on with Lacazette,
Yeah.
right? Willian, Reece Nelson.
God almighty, I forgot about Willian.
Yeah, Willian, Reece Nelson. We know what's going to happen with Leno. It could be us. We might not recognise half of the players who are on there. Well, that's not
That's
going to be.
good.
It might not be a bad thing.
No, it won't,
But
because we've been moaning about them long enough.
we might not recognise half of them players out there.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
You know.
That's a good thing. How long have we been moaning about the players that we've had?
But they're obviously not waiting.
No,
to
that was,
clear
that
those
was the
players.
biggest problem last year. So from, again, everything like we always say is rumours and hearsay and whatnot, but apparently Arsenal have taken out a big loan to fund transfers from Barclays. So
Yep,
it's,
saw that.
so maybe they're going, right, let's get this done. I know people will sit there at home and say, oh, but why are you borrowing money and you've got the owners and this. This is one of the things with running a business. That it's how it works. So
Well,
they get the loan,
The owner
they
can
buy
put,
the players.
The owner can
and
put
then
money in too.
They can do,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, right.
Well,
already know.
others do.
Yeah, know what I mean. But and we don't know what situation with that is at the moment either.
The ownership.
Yeah, is Daniel Ek gonna comment like, has he put this second bid in? Because it's gone cold over the last week, where apparently the bid was imminent, And look.
Well, they reckon that there's a lot of reports that the bid was rejected.
Do you know what the thing is, Robbie? Though, there must be some kind of encouragement or something there for them to continue the way that they are. Because if you're trying to buy a business or trying to buy,
pressure on, aren't they?
Well, you say that as well, but there will be encouragement. There will be people that work around Kroenkes or the company that will be liaising with them, that will be relaying certain messages, and you know what I mean. So they're not going to turn around and go, "Yeah, go on, give us this much." It's never going to happen. Talking about £1 billion deals and whatnot, but they seem to be very adamant that they're not going away. And you know, we've seen before with Usmanov when he was here and stuff like that. He's put bids in before to try and buy the club or try and do something. It's been rejected and he's disappeared. Like, it's gone away. There hasn't been a second one a couple of weeks later. It's like they had no signs, no encouragement, nothing to suggest I'm going to stick with it. It was flat out. But with this, they've come in with a first bid. A couple of weeks later, there's now a second. Players that are involved, like the Invincibles, have been openly coming out and talking, which I think is quite crucial. Nobody's kept quiet. Bergkamp spoke, Vieira spoke, Henry spoke. They've all put their name to it and openly, you know, admitted what and inadvertently what they've done as well, without really digging him out, is that they've really questioned and you know, the whole ambition of the current owners and how they don't recognise the club anymore, how it's lost its soul and everything else. If you're getting somebody like of the stature of these players we're being mentioned saying this, you know, is this adding extra pressure to the Kroenkes?
Yeah, I think the Daniel Ek thing is all about pressure. I'm not sure if they've had encouraging signs yet, because the first bid was just rejected. Remember, they tried to say that they hadn't even had a bid, which they then had to come out afterwards and say, actually, we did have a bid, but we rejected it.
Yeah.
The second reported bid, there's been nothing from Daniel Ek to say that he put this bid in, and he's been quite vocal when he put the first bid in, so we don't know precisely
whether be a change of tactic by him.
But definitely, what I've heard, right, my sources tell me.
Here he goes again. My God.
I've got good ones around this one, right, is that he's not going away. He wants to buy the club. He's not. He knows that it may not be an overnight thing, but he's not going away. He's waiting in the wings. Yeah. Again, it makes it very, very important for Arsenal to, you know, if the Kroenkes are sticking with the club, they've got to have a great transfer window. And I'll tell you what, Mikel Arteta is under serious pressure come the start of the new season. There'll be no excuses whatsoever. He's got, by the start of the season, he's probably got rid of all the players he wants to get rid of.
Yep.
That will be his team. Yeah. His side, which he's decided upon, that will be his.
He would have got a full season behind him.
If he gets rid of Saliba and brings in Ben White, that's down to you.
Yeah.
If you decide not to get a right back, that's down to you. If you decide not to get an attacking midfielder, or you don't buy the attacking midfielder that maybe all the fans would have liked to have seen, that's down to you. If you get rid of Guendouzi's and all these type of players, that's down to you. The team that you start the season with, you can't moan about preparation. You can't moan about squad size and stuff like that, because we've got no Europe. This season, if he does not deliver, fans are going to be back as well.
Yeah.
He's under extreme pressure. This is the most important stage of his Arsenal managerial career. There are no excuses. No one will hear nothing about the transfer, especially we're hearing they're borrowing money to take out to buy players.
I know, I agree with you fully.
So that's what I'm saying. When I'm seeing these little baffling things about maybe not going for the targets, the immediate targets that we're thinking of.
Just wait.
Cool.
Just wait.
But they're your decisions.
Not
yours.
But I'll still get the blame anyway. You'll get the blame. I'll get the blame. Everyone will get the blame.
But they're your decisions, Mikel. If you decide to just move Saliba on...
Stop pointing your finger at me.
If you decide to move...
Exactly. Look at the camera.
The thing is, if you it's true, innit? If you decide to move William Saliba on and Ben White don't work out, you're going to get it.
Then it's on you. Yeah, of course. At the end of the day,
if you sell Joe Willock
you die by it.
and then we don't score no goals from midfield, it's down to you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
this is no excuses next season.
I've
There'll
got
be
nothing.
none.
I've got nothing that I can disagree with.
With the start that he's got to the season, as I said, with Brentford away, Chelsea at home, Man City, he could find himself under extreme pressure.
If we start the way that we did last season, he's out of a job. Fact. If the way that we started last season and how awful we were going into November and December, that simply cannot happen again. What did
you make of us Aston Villa bidding £25 million for Emile Smith Rowe? This just shows you the competition.
Yeah, I think they got a cheek though. Although
cheek, but look, they're taking a piss out of Arsenal.
Yeah, I know. Give us Jack Grealish and I don't mind.
But
do you know what I mean?
You know what it shows me? You know what it shows me? That's who we're competing with right now, Villa.
Yeah, and you know the biggest thing about this, right? And this is what annoys me as well, is that it should be Arsenal that go to clubs like Aston Villa and say, yeah, you see that Jack Grealish? We'll have him.
These they've just like outbid us for Buendia. Nick Buendia off of us, right? They did.
They didn't outbid
us. They didn't. Right? Nick Buendia off of us, our number one target, and now you come in and say, yeah, by the way, the player that you probably play in his place, we want him as well. What are you saying? I'm taking a mick, man.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why we need to start taking the mick back.
Even I heard that, Odegaard. The Odegaard. I heard that Real Madrid said to Arsenal, yeah, you can have Odegaard, but we want Smith Rowe.
Yeah, I see that rumour.
You know what I mean? I mean, come on. This... Oh, this is where this...
What do you want me to say, man? I don't know what you want me to say.
I'm telling you see next season...
There's no excuse.
The Cronkies, Arteta, they better. All patience has gone from all fans now. And as I said, all excuses are gone. You can't blame Ozil.
Even me.
Yeah, you can't blame Ozil. Oh, well, it's because we got Ozil on 350 grand a week. And he's this player and that. No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because we got Xhaka. No, Xhaka wants to go. I'm telling you, all on. No excuses, so they better get it right.
There is no excuses
anymore.
Huge
transfer window.
Huge season coming up. I understand every bit of it. And we're all going to be back there. You don't want me standing outside the Emirates.
Strap yourself in, Arsenal fans. You know what? In the one aspect, this could be a brilliant transfer window.
Could be.
Could be. If they get it right, we could see a brand new Arsenal next season. We could see a transformation into the type of team that we've been wanting to see for a very long time.
Yeah.
But if they get it wrong, and I see like Aaron Ramsdale's and people like this turning up at Arsenal and things like that, and we don't get Basumas but
then you know it's going to be.
And then in first 3 games of the season, we suffer some bad defeats.
Yeah. And then there's me standing outside the Emirates. When's it going to end? When's it going to end, Robbie?
Well, we'll find out. All is to be revealed. Very important summer for Arsenal. It's not just about the Euros, mate. It's a very, very important. I think, the Cronkies, Arteta and Edu, this is the biggest summer of their lives. Let's see how it all develops out. Thanks very much, DT. We're going to be back as well next week with another AGB. Don't forget to subscribe here. To the channel. Don't forget to download this podcast as well, available on all formats, and we'll be back next week.